That
Good evening, everyone in Asia, and once again, welcome back to our first high school fair, and all about tennis and every tennis family out there in Asia, in Europe, or in in US. Welcome you to the programs. And my name is George. I'm a host of the event. I'm a CEO and the founder of the agency College Recruits. We are the recruiting firm to help to pursue your dream, whether it can be in high school or college or a professional level. And today we have the privilege to talk and present it to you from one of the best tennis academy from India. And joining us this morning or this evening is a tennis director, Jorge Pinala Hernandez. And he's with the PBI and CSE Tennis Academy. And I will let him to basically give you information of what it is because it's a joint partnership between two of the best sport and tennis in India. So we will have him give us more, a little bit detail and what is all the program is all about. But for myself, I've been to the tennis facility. I've been to the sport facility last year before COVID hit. I can endorse you and I can tell you this is one of the best sport facility in the world. And it was built not for profit. It was built by the legendary for India. One is from badminton. He used to be number one in the world. And then from legendary from cricket itself. So the tennis center or the sports center was built on the purpose of the gift of facility for all Indian and student and family to enjoy and thrive and improve themselves. So not gonna take much of your time. Today I will give you Mr. Jorge Pinala, the tennis director from PBI and CSE Tennis Academy. Good good evening, sir.
Yeah,
We are so many different time zone here. Good
I know.
evening. How are you doing,
Oh,
Jorge?
thank you, George. One more time. I mean, we were talking before, and your name is my name in English. So yeah, my name is Jorge Pinilla. It's an honor for me to be part of this conversation today with the agency College Recruitment, and also sharing this time with you, George, sharing some of the experiences and what is the program that we have here at the PBI Tennis Academy CSE in Bangalore, India. So one more time, very honored and very happy to be part of this.
Thanks for joining us this evening.
Yeah, definitely. So should I share my screen or?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
We're ready.
All right. So yeah. So same as I mean, George did a fantastic introduction of our site. Yeah, this is one of the more considered the only world-class facility in India at this point of time. The foundation of the Paddock on Dravid Center for Sports Excellence dated in the 2017 December, and it was a vision from one former badminton player. His name is Vivek Kumar. Okay, Vivek Kumar he's into the industry of cars. He owns a lot of showrooms for cars, and he said it's not fair for the Indian athlete to not have an infrastructure world class to train. So basically, what he did is, I would like to spend, one of my money, and build something that will help, the next generation of athletes in India. One of the biggest problems that in India was happening before is the lack of infrastructure, but at the same time, the lack in coaching. So what he did is, all right, we are going to build a center with all the sports. So here in the academy, we have cricket, we have badminton, we have swimming, we have football, we have shooting, we have a sport rehab center, we have all the technology for creating the next generation of tennis players of India. But at the same time, when he built it, then he said, okay, infrastructure without the coaching, then doesn't match. So he went back to the history and he found out that the program who built the legendary tennis in India was PBI in the Britannia Amateur Tennis Program. And that's how PBI came back in the picture here in 2017. When we arrived here, so it was Clark Corey and myself, and little by little we'll be growing the academy. Today, we have the fortune to say that we have 135 players training here in the academy in different groups. But we are gonna go through the history a little bit first. Okay, so very important. What is PBI? So it comes for the name of Peter Bourwash International. We work is the largest company for tennis management in the world. We work in 24 countries in 60 facilities with around 92 professionals. Before COVID, in the 2019, we received around 10,000 emails from headquarters from coaches wanting to join PBI. We have the honor to be only 92 and almost 103 associate pros. So you see in the map all these points. This is where PBI you can find it, and it's one of the benefits of being associated with this company is that you have not only the access to the concepts, but at the same time you have the access to the networking, you know, and you can participate and you can get connected with the other PBI pros in the world. For example, I'll give you an example. We were here with a Warriors team, is called, which is the high performance team. We went to Singapore for an ITF. It was in Kalan. Kalan has, of course, like five courts, but it was difficult to train there. So based on the connections that we had, I got to contact the PBI director in Singapore, and we didn't have only one site to practice. We have 3 clubs there to practice. So in that way, it can kind of give you the advantage that you can also send players, and they will always be a PBI professional in the countries that where they are gonna compete, taking care of them. So since 1975, it was founded by Peter Bourwash himself. He's a Canadian former Davis Cup tennis player, and he started the business in Hawaii. PBI is recognized not for teaching mostly in the most luxury resorts in the world, but at the same time in clubs and academies. So since 1975, we have almost taught 3.5 million people, where we have produced not only Grand Slam champions, but at the same time Olympic champions and around 200 professional tennis players. Why the PBI has succeeded in the tennis industry in these years is basically because of 3 components. First one is the standards. The standards that we manage since the moment we stand in the court are really high. We are all the professionals that we work are very much into service oriented. At the same time, the professionalism. For example, the values that we want to input in our kids is that we want first people, you know, we want to create person and then create professional tennis players. So sometimes we see a lot of players hitting a lot of beautiful balls, and that's maybe something that is an impact right now in the tennis industry, is that sometimes the values are not there. So for us, it's more important to teach values, to teach human beings, to teach professionalism. Professionalism in the sense that it's not only hitting the ball properly, understanding the game, but at the same time it's how you behave, how you look, how you communicate, how you deal with the press, for example. So we try to offer an holistic environment for every player who comes here to the academy. Of course, putting a very, very important section for the education, but at the same time, trying to guide them in what is the right path to get into the Pro Tour. So the professionalism, for example, I can give you examples of the standards in terms of punctuality, in terms of communication. We are an academy, we will never yell at a player. We really believe that the most important thing that we need to create is the passion. Our slogan is PBI Tennis for Life, which we really consider that in the moment that you touch the racket, for the very first lesson, you need to leave the court loving the sport. We want to create passion and we want to promote tennis, and that's why the reason that we came back here in India. And our style of teaching is based in collaboration, team environment, work ethic, respect, and responsibility. all right, and excellence. One of the other things that we have on why PBI has succeeded in the industry so far, and this is one of the coolest things of our company, is the concepts and fundamentals. We don't teach systems, we teach individuals. Every tennis professional that comes here to the academy, or every kid, or every adult, or has a different style of play. We don't emphasize directly, this is how you gotta play, because every player is different, and every player has a different individual needs. So we want to go through the fundament, through the strong foundation. How we do that is we found checkpoints. Since all the history of the tennis, there is certain points that every professional tennis player does. All right, and we try to find which one are those common things that every professional does, put it in the most simple way so the player can understand it, and then from there teach the fundamentals. Concept and fundamentals is one of the most important and key in our company. The cool thing is that, for example, you come here, George, and you train with me for one lesson, and you've been traveling around the world, I believe, all the time. But for example, you go to Singapore or you go to Dubai and you contact the PBI professional over there, that professional in that place, he will continue teaching you exactly the same concepts that I will be teaching you here. Okay, so it's not that every professional has a different vision, it's that we all teach the same. When we got recruited and we got join the company in PBI, we need to go for a training for 3 months, which we work 7 days a week in those 3 months, from 7 in the morning to 7 at night, in full training, in order to get that vision of tennis. All right, understanding the tennis, understanding the fundamentals, and understanding the concept. So for example, when one player, as I said, comes with me, can go to Dubai, to Jake, can go to Singapore, to Thomas, they will be teaching you exactly the same things. All right, so that's one of the most cool things of PBI. Right now, through a history since 1975, players who has worked with PBI professionals, we have in our history players like Serena Williams, Venus Williams has been taught by PBI, by Peter Bourgois himself, Sania Mirza worked with Asif Ismail, Leander Pace and Sander Beberman. They were players created by PBI back in the program of Britannia Amateur Tennis Program. But we're gonna go a little bit more deeper in the next presentation. Players who has chosen to train in PBI sites, for example, Roger Federer in Jumeirah in Dubai, Dominic Thiem in Stankovic in Austria, Stefano Tsitsipas also goes over there. Most of these people go to Dubai. Now that they know about this place, they're also looking to an option to train in this facility here. We run national programs for the Qatar Tennis Federation, in the Hong Kong Sports Institute, to the Singapore Tennis Association as well. We run the racing program for them, the Davis Cup and the Fed Cup team. The Britannia Tennis Amateur. Vijay Amatraj, back in 1982, he was, or he is still, the biggest tennis player in single, or the most famous tennis players in single with more titles, ATP titles in Asia so far. He has 16 ATP titles. So when he was here in 1982, he said, okay, who is going to take over, and the next generation of tennis in India? So he got in contact with Britannia, this a big company, and he sponsored the program for 10 years. And in that 10 years, we produced players like Leander Pace, Sander Deverman, and of course, Asif Ismail, who is already part of PBI in Hong Kong. He's the director of the PBI site in Aberdeen in Hong Kong. So that's why we came back in India. We have many titles with Leander Pace, Grand Slams, Olympic medals, but we have an unfinished business yet. We have not had the first single Grand Slam champion yet. So we would like to start over again and trying to build the next generation of tennis in India. That's why we came here. At the same time, we were looking for a facility and a place where we need the infrastructure to do it, and CSE offers the only world-class facility in India so far in Bangalore. So as I said before, the Padukon Dravid for Center for Sports Excellence has 5 full cover course, okay, and we have 5 quick start course. We have cricket ground, we have swimming, 50 meters, Olympic pool, We have badminton, 5 courts indoor for high performance players, and 10 more courts for the grassroots program. We have football, we have the Abina Binda targeting performance, and at the same time, we have the Soma Rehab Center. So these ones are the tennis courts that we have. So 5 plexi cushion fluted full size courts, full light. We have in operations from 7 in the morning to 9 at night, mostly full. But one of the things that we don't want to jump is that the policy that we have is only 4 players max per court. We don't want to have a lot of people on the court at the same time. So we, in that sense, we keep rotating the batches in order to give them the same attention and individualized training for everybody. We have the quick start course with the wall as well, also covered. We have the Hall of Fame of India. This is the football pitch. The amphitheater for events. We have the swimming pool as well, as I was mentioned before. This build behind, this is the members building. We have the badminton course, the cricket ground. This is the Abhinav Bindra Targeting Performance Center, which is, this is super cool because the Abhinav Bindra is the only single or individual gold medalist in India in history. And he's famous for shooting. He won the Olympic gold medal in shooting. So everybody confused targeting performance because they think it's shooting. But what they do here is that they connect the athlete in every one of these machines to find out how is their body composition, how to program a proper fitness, and from there get a good training. And we direct it directly to Besoma so they can take care of the body of the athlete. So we target the performance. And that's basically the slogan of Abhinav Bindra. We also have the hostel ready. The accommodation is going to start operating from December 2nd. So this is, we have different sites of dormitories. We have dormitories, the regular and standard one for the players. We have more luxury rooms, but at the same time, we have 1 BHK and 2 BHK apartments for players who are coming from the outside. It's also here in the facility. So if you see, we have everything that requires for a tennis player to develop. We have the fitness area, we have the track area, the technology, we have the cover course, so we never stop no matter the weather it is. We have now the dormitory, so now we can have the residential program. And one of the biggest problems that we were facing here in India is the lack of competition. But we've solved that problem. Now we got UTR here in the academy, and that's a big opportunity for the players in India, you know, because right now UTR is one of the biggest tools for recruitment in the colleges, in the universities. So we have this side as part of UTR as well. Establishing the PBI Tennis Academy. So as I said, we got in India in 2017, December. Operational, we've been from April of 2018 until date. So you will say around 2 years, almost 2 years. It's a very new academy. At the same time, in the academy, as I said, it's very new. We have 125 players in weekly basis. 2 professional tennis players has played here in the academy. So Hasadik, Ashmita Eswaramurthy, and also Adil Kalyampur has trained here. 1 Paralympic silver medalist, Jafrin Sheikh, and also 1 ATF senior player, Vishal Badri. All right, we have a program with our trust where we support players. So Hasadik is part of our trust program. Something happened?
No, my the partner joined us from Philippines.
Okay. So Soha Sadik is one of the athletes supported by the academy at CSE, and we have also the Warriors team, which I'm gonna go later about it. The programs that we offer here, we divide the program in 2 parts. So one is the grassroots program, and the other one is the development program. The grassroots program is where we teach the foundation. The development program is when we take it a little bit for players a little bit more seriously. And the ones who are trying to pursue the professionalism or trying to go for a scholarship in the US. We have school programs, adult clinics, and at the same time, well, as I said, the grassroots program. How we divide the grassroots program and the development program, we divide them into teams, okay? So every player who joins the academy, for example, from zero beginner, we join the Little Stars. They have 1 curriculum where they have to accomplish certain goals. And when they accomplish the goals, they can move to the next batch. So you're moving batch by batch by accomplishing achievements, and then finally reaching the last team, which is the Warriors team in the development program, which can represent already the country or applying for the scholarships or playing in the Pro Tour. Our mission here in the academy is to provide an ideal environment to develop the holistic tennis player that can contribute to the society and the sports of tennis globally. So as I said, it's very important for us to teach more than tennis players to produce good people, good human beings, that when the player comes over here, it's a complete transformation. It's a complete transformation. We want a player to go to other tournaments that says, oh, that's a PBI player, you know, for the way they walk, for the way they communicate, for the way they speak, for the way they treat the people, you know, but at the same time for the way they play. So for us, it's very important, you know, and to not only produce tennis players, but we want to produce an integral professional tennis player. Our values, we call it, of course, the Center for Sports Excellence. So excellence, respect, perseverance, professionalism, passion, desire, and discipline. Every player who comes here into the academy, if you see, you don't need to be too talented to have it. This is something that doesn't have to require talent to be the best tennis player in the world. But if you have one of all these components, and we're pretty sure you will succeed, not only in the tennis circuit, but at the same time in the life. So we want to put in their minds, in every player who comes here to the academy, that work ethic is for all areas of the life itself. In the academy, so these one are the values that represent us. And one of the cool things that we do is that we don't call the course number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Every course is marked with one value, one course. So we send the players, you're gonna go today to a core of work ethic. You're gonna go today to a core of responsibility. You're gonna go today to a core of respect. So in the moment that they jump on court, they already know inside of their mind why they are here. It's very important that at the same time, when we incorporate, we try to make the team as most complete as we can. So we have nutritionists, we have coaches, we have fitness coaches, we have psychologists, we have physios, we have everything here under the same roof. That was another problem that was facing Vivek, the owner of the place. And I said, that's why we need to build something like this. Because the traffic in Bangalore, for the ones who has been in Bangalore, is a little bit crazy. So moving from one side to another side takes around 2 hours, 1 hour. So we don't want the players to waste the time moving from one place to another place. They can stay here, they can train here, and they have everything to move forward in their careers. The tennis programs that we have, the grassroots tennis program, these are the teams. As I mentioned before, we start with the PBI Little Stars. Then if they accomplish the goal, they move to the Gummy Bears. If they accomplish the goal, they move to a Little Aces. All those are the red balls. Then we move to PBI Fireballs, in the stage number 1 of Orange Ball. Then Service Star is the second stage of Orange Ball. Super Strikers is the third stage of Orange Ball. Then we go for the green dot balls. Brave Bears, United Falcons, and PBI Brave Eagles. Every stage in every team has a different purpose. Where we teach first one, of course, in the red balls, what is the angles of the racket, what is the rebounds and potential of the racket. We don't emphasize too much in those stages in terms of techniques or grips. We want them to understand the game, play the game, compete the game, and then little by little, by the time they're moving and accomplishing goals, we are making a graduation. Every time every player graduates from one team to the other team, we make a ceremony. So we call everybody and we give the pin and the badge for the player who accomplished or achieved a new goal, because it's important for us to recognize when somebody is doing the things well. You know, the people in the world and the human himself, we live part of it because of recognition. So when one player moves to the other one, is to congratulate. We consider and we treat every player the same as your kid come or your kid come, for us will be the same. And that's come from me as a director. And I wake up with one dream. I used to try to be a professional tennis player. I couldn't for any reasons, injuries and other reasons. But when I wake up every day, we see the dream of these kids and we want to live their dream. you know. So every time we take a player, it's an individual thing, it's an individual player, and we see the dreams in their eyes. Is that the Indian itself is beautiful because of that. You can see in their eyes that passion, you know, and then it's when you say, I really want to work with these people, you know, and you know, and every professional who works here in the academy has the same passion for tennis. We love it, and that's why we try to put in their kids. Passion comes first. Then we move, of course, by by stages. Then we have the second one. This is the curriculum. This is the, oh, I don't know what happened here. Okay, but if you see it, we have the goals based on dimensions. The 5 dimensions that we work on is first one dimension. Number one is putting the ball in, learn how to put the ball in over the net. The second one is learn how to put the ball in with direction. The third one is how to learn to put the ball in with direction and with variation of depth. The fourth one is how to put the ball with in, direction, variation of depth, and spins. And the last one with the speed. So if you see, it's a different understanding of the game from the stage number one. The development program is for players who already complete the grassroots program, and then we divide it in different stages. We consider, and it's something that doesn't come from us, Boris Becker said before, to develop a good tennis player, you need to play 35% of the times with people who is above of you, 35% of the time with people who is in your level, 35% of the time with people who is below your level. Okay, so we try to put people and the players in their own skill of level, you know. In that way we can ensure that the practice is not going to be too different between one level and the other one, and they can have a proper training. So we have different criteria to join the development program. The stage number one of the development program, which is the regular core with the regular ball, is called Hurricanes team. And this is with the criteria to be part of it. You need to be UTR 1.5 or 4.49, complete the grassroots program. And if they don't have any of these ones, we do the ITN assessment, the International Tennis Number suggested for the ITF. So they can be between 8 to 9. If the group is not complete, then we have the players from the previous group, which then has the most number of goals achieved. We can move them to this program. You were going to ask a question?
Coach Jorge? Yeah, no, this is great. I mean, I think you got the whole system down between moving the kids with different goal and respect and value, which is interesting. I never heard of that, no more in the court number 1, 2, and 3, all this stuff. This
Yeah.
is a great idea for me too. But we got only 2 minutes left in the program. So yeah, so anything that I know there's a lot. I know you train so many high performance clients. Recently before you joined PBI, he was won the Orange Bowl, and now he's in Roland Gallos playing the Junior Grand Slam. But I just want to introduce to you my good partner, Kyle. He also played all the Junior Grand Slam when a couple years ago back, right, Cal?
Yep.
Yeah.
Several years back. Yeah. So it brings back a lot of memories, and listening to this information about PBI, it makes me remember all the preparations that I've had since I was a kid, leading up to when I played Orange Bowl and the Junior Grand Slams, and eventually to college and professional. So this is really a great thing that you guys are doing at PBI, and we look forward to sending kids to you guys, and
Well, I'm welcome.
having very successful kids graduate from your program.
Definitely. Anytime. We are very happy to host your players here. Definitely.
Yeah. So if you look at the background there, the facility is wonderful, Kyle. I've been there, and then it's all indoor. Even though Jorge was saying it's raining right now, the kids still playing, training. It's just wonderful facility. We certainly are looking forward to grow the partnership with you. Between send kids from Thailand to India, or send kids from Philippines to India, or Indian come to play in Philippines or Thailand. Looking forward to that circle and keep improving kids.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the main reasons. I mean, we are here, of course. It's like trying not only to help the Indian tennis, but at the same time help the Asian tennis, especially, and that you guys can, as you said before, George, and there are not many places, you know, like where you can find everything under the same roof in the world. And the expenses, of course, to send the tennis abroad is super, super high. So of course, India is way cheaper than other places in comparison, you know. So that was the main reason of this one, is that we are here to help. You know, we are here to promote tennis. That's our main goal, and of course, help with the generation of the tennis in the next generation of tennis in India.
Have you finished the dormitory or hotel within the
Yeah,
center?
yeah, it's finished.
Is
Let
that
me just
finished?
show you. I can show you some pictures now here. I have.
Yeah, please. We got
So,
one last minute.
well, so this is the water team. This is the team, and the team of coaches. Oh, 1 second. I don't know. I'm receiving some calls. Sorry. UTRs. Oh, what is it? I think I jump it. 1 second.
The dormitories?
Here, there you go. Is it?
Oh man, it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's a, when you came here, it was under construction. Right now, it's full, and
Yeah.
it's here in front of the tennis courts. So it's like we have the full residential. It's a huge center where we have classrooms as well. We have the night diner room in there, and this is basically a room. So we have the dormitories, and we have the more a little bit more luxuries if they want, and also apartments. So the coaches, part of the coaches team also will live there. We have the nutrition 24/7 over there with the players, taking care of the nutrition, taking care of the meals. So, wow, I mean, I wish I could have something like this.
Oh,
I know. Same sentiments. Seeing all these accommodations, you want to turn back time and experience
Yeah,
all these things.
yeah. No, I said to the players, like, you know how lucky you guys are. This is I think the power went off. Sorry,
we
can you
think the
hear me?
same. Yeah, we got it.
Right. Yeah.
So,
No.
Jorge, thanks again for your time this evening, and we certainly keep in contact, and hopefully we invite you to join us again, because you got a lot more information that the tennis family need to know. But
Yeah.
you got a great program going there, great facility. Now you get great dormitories, and I can say it's also good food there when I was there. So you got all in there. Congratulations, and looking forward to grow the partnership with you.
No, definitely. I'm also looking forward. Thank you very much for the invitation. Unbelievable. The time just flew, and I couldn't cover everything. But hopefully, in the next opportunity, we'll explain the rest of the program. George, thank you very much. Thank you very much, you two, also for being here. And I'm looking
Thank you,
forward to
Jorge.
seeing you again.
Thanks. See you
Bye
soon.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.